with Aaron Cow.
I throw balls far. You want good words? Data language.
Talk real sports with a real man.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And now, here's the be-all, end-all, know-it-all of high school, college, and pro sports. Aaron Skinny Cow with the Skinny on Sports.
We're talking about practice, man. I'm the MVP.
Good. Paul Jones Drug Tuesday morning. It is the Skinny on Sports on 98.1 FM, 1240 AM, KADS, the sports animal. Jared Atha here, Skinny on his way in just a little bit. Man, a lot to talk about today. Actually, the main topic, I'm going to assume the main topic of conversation is OU baseball continuing to stay hot. Started hot, held on late with the pitching. Pitching was phenomenal from yet another freshman on the bump for the Sooners. That was pretty impressive for them. World Cup reminded me why soccer is boring.
Have you seen the rundown yet? I just emailed it to you.
I just clicked it.
Let's say this. Yesterday was exactly why people love and can't stand soccer. It was perfect microcosm of why people like it and don't like it.
It was fun, USA scoring a lot of the goals, and then it was not yesterday with all the ties. I mean, can you call it an upset if it's a tie?
Yes. Yes, you can. Yes.
But nobody won.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Both teams won, which is shocking.
Both teams
got a point.
Soccer's the reason why years ago, when we could end it in a tie, and I get it, hockey can too in regular season games. This is why we have participation ribbons. Because we just award mediocrity. Oh, good job. 2-2.
Well, here's the problem.
Good job, everybody.
This is, I mean, even though it's the World Cup and it happens only every 4 years, these games in the group stages are the regular season games.
Right. No, you get to the bracket.
It's hard to put your mind around that because you're like, wait a minute, this is a tournament that only happens once every 4 years. But in essence, these are, like, you know, everybody and their dog now, basically, that's listening, is involved in some sort of way with little kids softball or baseball.
Right. Yep.
And we've all seen the drop dead time, and doesn't matter what the score is, game's over. That's what this is. And everybody gets
play, yeah.
And guess what they're called? These are called groups instead of pools.
Right.
But that's what this is. This is pool play because, as we see, it would take forever, first off, to get the pool play games done every weekend if you didn't just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
And then there's points awarded and da-da-da-da-da. But, yeah, no, I get it. I mean, this is why.
I held on last night. Like, come on. Watching that game, the last one, was it Iran
and New Zealand.
And when you thought you had a winner, then Iran went and tied it. They tied it twice. And I held on, watched all of it, hoping to see a win today.
There was not a win. Wasn't there 4 matches and all of them turned into
3 or 4? Yeah, they're all
of them ended into ties.
Draws or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Well, at least all of them, besides the one that everybody's talking about, there were goals scored.
That's true.
Spain and Cape Verde. I'm going to be honest with you.
Never knew this was a country.
Did you ever hear of Cape Verde until yesterday?
No.
All right, it's coming up. I watched a bunch of before OU. Watched a bunch of live from the U.S. Open.
Yep.
On the Golf Channel. Get a feel for what the players are saying, what the analysts are saying about the golf course. Carnage could be on the horizon, Jared.
Yeah.
With the way that course could play, with the winds being forecasted, especially on Thursday. Carnage, especially on number 10 and number 11. Just with the green complexes and the wind direction, we could see some pretty, this is where Phil hit the moving golf ball last time the U.S. Open was here.
Out of frustration.
Yeah. I believe it was on 10 green. I just hit it when it was moving. So that's a very real possibility. I got to thinking about, we were talking about the Knicks title.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
In New York lore. Can you think of, like, let's put together, not like me and you, let's just try to put together combined, because a top 5 and where that one ranks.
Of world
New
titles.
New York City world titles.
Just New York City.
New York City.
Gotcha.
See where
I'm going to have to
see where this next one.
remember, because I can think of like 4, including this one. Okay, we'll get there. Well, I know there's a ton of Yankees titles, but
yeah, no, I think that's the hardest one.
Which one was the most important or the biggest?
Or have they won so many it doesn't even the Yankees don't even make the list?
True. Yeah.
You
just
know?
like, oh, the Yankees won again. Just
Right.
like what the Dodgers are doing. I was like, well, the Dodgers are going to win again.
So we talk about that.
Although the White Sox beat them.
We will hit some World Cup with yesterday. I mean, 4 games, 4 ties. What's the American sports equivalent to Cape Verde tying Spain? Basically,
that's a good one.
what are the? I mean, it's the pre-tournament favorite getting tied by the 3rd smallest country ever to play. I should have looked this up, like the populations of certain U.S. cities compared to Cape Verde.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cape Verde is about like Tulsa.
I just looked it up where it's at, and it's just it's a
little island,
small little complex of islands. Think of like Hawaii
off the west coast of Africa,
of the continent of Africa. And it actually looked really pretty from the pictures I've seen. I'm probably just seeing the pretty pictures.
Oh, I bet it's. I mean, I bet where it's pretty, it's pretty. Just like any of those tropical locations.
Sure. Yeah.
Where it's pretty, it's awesome. Where
Yeah.
it's not, it's desolate and sad for the people.
Yeah, Cancun is gorgeous until you leave the resort.
That's right. I think about Jamaica that way.
Sure. Yes, that's true.
So what's that? And then we're seeing something in this World Cup that I think needs to be permanent. See if you can figure out what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There's something happening in this World Cup that I think needs to stay.
Okay. You know, I didn't see it till the other day. I didn't realize they still use that foam to mark where the ball should be kicked on a free kick.
Yeah, or where they need to stand back there.
Yeah, I didn't. And it just gradually dissolves. I thought they did away with that, but they did not.
The one guy.
But I don't think that's what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
The ref in I think it was Belgium. And who'd they play?
Belgium played
Egypt.
Egypt.
He was the one that was firing the spray out pretty regular.
Yeah.
He didn't like that everybody's trying to not do what they're supposed to be doing. All right, then we'll hit the Sooners. Early runs, great pitching. Now they're in the driver's seat. How shocked are you by what's happening with what we saw in the regular season to now 1 game away from playing for the national title in the championship series? How surprising is this run? Who would you rather see if you're Oklahoma tomorrow? Georgia or Texas? And there is one thing that's, the one kind of Debbie Downer part of this is there is an unfortunate reality that Oklahoma's going to have to face as soon as this is over for this team's future. 225-9698 is the phone or the text line. It is 225-9698. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We can talk about any of those things, whatever else might be on your mind. Feel free to chime right in at 225-9698. If you're going to be outside the listening area, a couple ways to stay in touch with the show. Log on to kadsam.com or download the app. Paragon app is free. It's got everything radio. Penny News, brand new edition to the Penny News hit the website last night at midnight. Go check it out at thepennynews.com. We'll have the print edition coming up as well here today into the morning. You pick up a free copy of the Penny News. Playitlive.net, available out for all the softball or baseball tournaments out at the Fiveplex and those that filter over into Ackley Park as well. And then, of course, the Skinny on Sports podcast available anywhere podcasts drop. How are you today, Jared?
Very well. Very well. How are you?
Man, the train keeps on rolling down the tracks. If you're Oklahoma and Skip Johnson and that baseball team jump out 3-0, really kind of go through. I thought maybe the offense scoring 3, then had a chance in the second inning to build the lead that we've seen them be able to do in almost every game of this stretch since that second Georgia Tech game. Then the kind of waste an opportunity there, and then Aoki settled in, and I thought he did a really good job keeping Oklahoma's bats off balance. But there was Xander Mercurius, the freshman, second game in a row where you see an Oklahoma freshman starter pitch very, very well against a conference mate. And OU had just enough to hang on and win by a score of 4-3. And now the Sooners in the driver's seat in the national semifinals, awaiting an opponent that's going to have to beat them twice.
It is so big to win those games with the arms that Skip Johnson has used and not having to go to his bullpen as much. The questions I was immediately getting after last night's game was, can the other freshman, Rager, go back? Can he start on or tomorrow? And I think he can, and I think he will. So that's the catbird seat of this thing. You win the first 2, you're in a good shape to, you got to win 1 to get into the finals. So it is really cool. Johnson was asked about it. You go to the socials and see the post-game reaction, and he said it's one of the best freshman class he's ever been around, and mainly because of arms like that. The bats are awesome early. It was kind of cool, too. It was like, the Aoki settled in and made it, hard for the Sooners to produce, but after that first inning, and that home run came later. But so it was nice to see, it was a hot OU team on the offensive side come into this thing in this playoff run. And then those, I think that was overshadowing what we were talking about with this pitching. So it was nice to see pitching hold them right there and get the win. That was so you're getting a different kind of win. But man, the Sooners staying hot. They came out of the gate hot. Jackson Willett's homer was awesome to see, and I'm blown away. Honestly, that's the question. Is no one saw this coming. Maybe we thought about it at the beginning of the year when they went to Arlington and played the way they did, but then I kind of thought, well, maybe those teams they beat were a little overrated, and I thought OU was underrated where they were picked in the SEC, but that's nothing against who picked them because the SEC is so tough, but because of everybody they brought back. And Willits, I mentioned him, and I don't think anyone saw these freshmen playing, these pitchers playing as good as they have been, but I'm blown away, and it goes to show you, if you're playing your best ball at the right time of the year, you can beat anybody. And OU's proving that to be true. And now they get to sit back and relax today and watch Georgia and Texas beat each other up. And you'd hope a lot of bullpen happens in that game. And then they come limping into the game against OU with some tired arms. It's going to be interesting to see who that could be.
Yeah, you're hoping for about a 25-inning game between Texas and Georgia today, and then the first chance that Oklahoma will have to get into the championship series would be Wednesday night. If that doesn't work out, then they'd play Thursday. And so that to the Rager conversation, you've kind of got a mulligan if you want it tomorrow, but do you even want to mess with the role that you're on? It's asking, let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so basically 4 days rest. These guys get a week in the regular season because, they're the Friday starter, the Saturday, so they get the whole week. So that's a little bit different, more like the Major League style of rest here. Mm-hmm. If Skip does decide to throw him tomorrow or if he waits till Thursday. Who knows? Here's the thing about this team in this run in the playoffs. It hasn't mattered. Whoever's been called upon has done the job. That's the crazy thing. Whether it be bats, whether it be arms, whatever it may be, when players have been called upon to do something to contribute to a win, they've all done it. Up and down the lineup, up and down the staff, it hasn't mattered. They've all contributed in a way over the last, what's that now, 7 in a row?
Yeah.
Citadel, Georgia Tech, Kansas. Yeah, 7 in a row since it lost to Georgia Tech last.
What's crazy about what they're doing is, and it didn't occur to me until they were talking about it, even before or last night. It was after the game. You went through Georgia Tech, number 2. They won the ACC, if I'm not mistaken.
Regular season and tournament.
They went to Kansas and beat the Big 12 champs.
Regular season and tournament.
And then now they just beat Georgia.
Yeah. Regular season and tournament.
That's
SEC
what's blowing me my mind. It's not the fact that they're hot and winning. That's cool. You've seen that before. But they're going through these teams that had great seasons and they're just making them. I mean, going through them like hot knife through a butter until last night where they had to hold on to win. But which I was relieved to see because I think they needed that. Instead of just these blowout wins.
You kind of wondered what would happen if they got themselves into a tight game because
they were cool. They were,
been a few cents.
Gave up that home run to a multi-award winning catcher. I forget his name.
Daniel Jackson.
Thank you. And then you kind of think, well, the wheels could come off, and they kept her cool. So. You got a freshman out there who gives up a home run like that, and he got the hook in the 8th, but he pitched great, and I thought the composure was there, and that reflects their coach, man. He's a guy that I know at one time Texas A&M tried to get him away, and the support has to continue to be there for OU baseball to not only hold on to him, but to keep getting guys like those freshman pitchers and improve the facilities. It's pretty impressive to see what they've been able to do since coming into the SEC.
See, that's the unfortunate truth of all this, the unfortunate reality of what we're seeing here from Oklahoma in this day and age is, I just saw a tweet right here from last night. OU's going to have a nasty rotation next year. My goodness. Are they?
Gotta hold on.
Are they? I mean, that's the part about like the one thing about baseball, and we talked about this throughout this tournament, is the play on the field seems so much more collegiate, so much more amateur than any other college sport, and really and truly. I mean, it feels like these guys are genuinely loving to play for the university, loving to play the game of baseball, instead of just out there trying to figure out a way to get a paycheck in college and make it into whatever draft they're in, either NFL or the NBA. It feels so much more organic and natural. But the truth of the matter is, you've got to the NIL, the money is still a thing, even if it's not to the same level in baseball as it is to basketball and football. It's still there. And if you don't think that after what happened yesterday, that Cody Campbell isn't upset about losing Brendan Sorsby and might be willing to throw a couple $1 million at somebody else, and it just happens to be these guys on the national stage, really? I mean, that's a sad reality of where we're at. Is that conversation you have to be thinking about it. If you're Skip Johnson, you're already probably. Excuse me. You have probably already had conversations with those guys.
Yeah, it is eerily similar to when Najee Kennedy arrived with Stanford at the Women's College World Series, and then what happened? In the portal. And she was courted away with money. And so it's like, all right, Xander Mercurius, he's making a name for himself. He arrived on the national stage in primetime last night. And that does creep into your mind, like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. A big booster's going to see that. Somebody's going to want to get him. They're going to try to court him away. Look at our facilities. Look at this paycheck. Look at our tradition. Anyways, It does creep in your mind.
I mean, it is.
So-
It's
so
something you have to
my
have to
advice
think about.
is just enjoy the moment.
Enjoy it while
enjoy
it's
it now.
going. That's
enjoy
right.
the now.
Who would you rather see tomorrow?
Oh boy. Well, it was a sweep at Texas.
Even though 2 of those games Oklahoma blew,
Right.
but they still did.
But they have such a heavy lineup, like up and down their lineup they can hit. As evident yesterday. And something tells me you don't want to see a rematch with Georgia. Probably Texas because it's just a familiar foe.
I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I can go get them. It seems like Texas has dominated Oklahoma in these series.
And I know that, and that's where I kind of lean Texas because something's got to give, and
Eventually. But
maybe that's what OU wants because like we want Texas, we want to beat them, we want to eliminate them. It's our rival, and who wouldn't want to see Red River rivalry at the College World Series?
I mean,
Sign
if
me
you
up.
could guarantee me that Oklahoma wouldn't lose both, it would obviously be Texas.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Golly, they've had Oklahoma's number
they have.
in baseball.
I go with the probability on that one and the rivalry and but I mean, does it? I hate to sound kind of pompous and full of myself, but does it matter as good as this team is playing right now? I don't know. And with everything you just said about what the game today could mean for OU tomorrow is, how does Georgia and Texas play each other? How do they use their rotation and their bullpen? And whoever they're going to get, OU, you'd hope is going to get some tired arms. And OU with the day of rest and possibly their ace freshman back on the hill, they have an advantage in that. And that's why you win those 2 games. They have that advantage.
That's right.
They're just playing so damn hot. It's just, I'm on board, man. I mean, I was kept waiting for the wheels to fall off or for them to cool down. And they're just playing so good. It's a fun ride, man. It reminds me a lot of the 2022 run that they had in the playoffs, in the postseason.
Yeah, but even that one, I think
But they didn't even lose a game in that until the final series. But
Well, and in that team, I don't think it was nearly this unexpected. I mean, this is just shocking. I think it was Kyle Peterson last night said, these guys started out well, then they got in the thick of the SEC, and nobody had. He said we saw them against LSU in Hoover. No, and they bowed out. Nobody was talking about Oklahoma. Then when you saw the regional assignment to go to Georgia Tech, even nobody was talking about Oklahoma. Then they walked Georgia Tech off, and you start to hear some whispers, and they blow away Kansas. He's like, now everybody's talking about Oklahoma. It's crazy how fast that changes with just a few weeks of really good baseball. That's where they're at right now with the chance on Wednesday, tomorrow night.
And Troy's kind of doing the same thing. They were nothing at the beginning of the year. At one point, not even going to make the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
They turned it around, and here they are in the World Series. Keep an eye on Troy. I know they lost, but the other day, nice bounce back win against Ole Miss.
Yeah,
A lot of people kind of giving them a little bit of a shot on that side of the bracket.
Them in West Virginia first today, Texas, Georgia, the nightcap.
Is that right, or is it the
Or is it the other way around?
I think it's the other way around.
I may be thinking about tomorrow night.
Because I remember thinking, oh boy, I could.
Yeah, because
Watch this at
it's a
work.
quick turnaround for Georgia. That's why the loser was in a really bad spot. That's exactly right. It's the next. Oh well, there it was.
I didn't realize while you looked that up. I didn't realize how many Georgia fans I have in my neighborhood or around town. I was watching the game.
No, it's
in the garage with the
West
door up.
Virginia, Troy, 1 o'clock.
That's the first one. Okay.
Yeah, Georgia, Texas at 7.
And every time something good happened for Georgia, I heard some screaming and some hooting and hollering and some golf cart horns honking.
Huh.
I didn't realize we had a lot of Bulldog fans in Canute.
I didn't either.
That's weird.
Wonder who it was.
I don't see their flags flying or their gear wearing their gear. That's weird. Oh well. I was sure to return it at the end of that game. I was clapping pretty hard.
One other thing that happened that sort of goes along with the talk of Oklahoma trying to keep this pitching staff intact for a year or two was we had resolution of the Brendan Sorsby thing.
Yeah, a mutual parting.
Yeah, that's it. Either way, and I think, yesterday I didn't bring it to air, but toward the end of the show, seeing that the Big 12 and the NCAA had sort of filed try to get a stay of that injunction that's already been put out there that Tech was trying to get overturned. I think part of that they saw whatever that filing was, and maybe the writing was on the wall that this ain't going to work.
Yep.
And so now Brendan Sorsby is no longer at Texas Tech.
Does he get a buyout? Or does he get the money that was promised
I thought
to
I'd
him?
seen Cody Campbell said we'll pay him what is owed to him so far. I don't, depending on, he might have had to, certain things in the contract that he had to play certain games or do certain things to get all
now,
the
here's my next
value.
Question. Is Texas Tech still going to support his rehabilitation?
Supposedly, yes. Still doing that.
Certainly hope they do.
Still doing that. Not going to play college football and enter the supplemental draft in the NFL. Now, that's where it gets pretty interesting to me. Will someone take a shot on Brendan Sorsby in the supplemental draft? So how that?
Oh yeah, somebody will.
You think so?
Yeah, because in was it Phil or somebody before us said it? I was thinking it too. If there is somebody desperate enough to take a shot on a young quarterback that could help you win. I mean, look at what Cleveland did with Deshaun Watson. That dude is a slime ball, and they still brought him in. Somebody is going to be desperate enough to get him on at least the practice squad or the roster or a tryout or something and get him on and see if they got something there.
I mean, Deshaun Watson was like a Pro Bowler.
Sure, I understand.
When Cleveland took the shot, we don't even – this guy –
But still paid him all that money. I'm not saying Sorsby's going to get paid
70
like
yards
that.
against Nebraska.
But, yeah. So I think he will find –
I don't think anybody's giving up a pick.
Oh, not that. I don't think he's going to – no.
I don't think he's going to get drafted in the supplemental draft.
I think it'll be like a
free agent sign, undrafted
thing. We'll put you on the practice squad, and we'll see how you do.
Yeah, I don't see anybody giving up a pick.
No, but he will be on a team. That's what I'm answering you with. It's maybe not that. I agree with you there, but he will be on a team.
He'll at least get a shot.
Because before all this came out, it was a big deal that he was going to Tech and all of that, but he will get a shot.
I'm still wondering.
But the question is, should he because of the gambling thing?
I'm still wondering why it was such a big deal. Was it a big deal because Texas Tech paid him a bunch of money, or was it a big deal because people actually thought Brendan Sorsby was a very good quarterback?
I think they were thinking they found the next, trying to find a comp here. I mean, you see that. I mean, you see from smaller schools have good success and get to like a Big 12 school or SEC school, and it elevates them. I think that's what they think they found. Hey, you know what? If he was on our team, he has better wide receivers, better blocking than what Cincinnati gave him. Skill set's there. He just needs better personnel around him, and I think that's what Texas Tech thought they had or thought they were getting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
it's the same thing. If you think about OU getting Mateer, it was like, okay, you bring him here, get him out of Washington. Look what he did at Washington State. You get him here, a little bit better everything around him, and it could elevate their offense.
I guess I'm probably just judging Brendan Sorsby of what I saw week 1 against Nebraska more than the rest of the season. Because he did
threw over 20 touchdowns,
27
like
and 5.
Okay,
27
5
and 5
picks, yeah. How many
maybe,
yards season last year?
I'm not sure. So maybe I'm just.
I mean, yards be damned. If you're throwing touchdown passes,
and
it's 20 plus a season, you're going to be wanted.
Oh, here we go. We're going to have tee times for
Cool.
the U.S. Open. Good stuff. Oklahoma tomorrow. You get the day off. That's when you know you're playing well in Omaha, when you're not playing 2 days in a row until the
Just
Champ
get to
Series.
go watch a game today, be fans, Sit in the shade, boys. Relax.
Stop by Rocco's. We could use the extra.
Hey, OU's represent.
They're getting better.
Numbers up.
They're getting better.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations, and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
The Skinny on Sports.
Just a bit outside.
Welcome back, Paul Jones Drug. It's Tuesday, right here on the Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal. Man, lots of stuff going on with Oklahoma. Making a great run in the College World Series. I know a lot of you don't want to talk about the World Cup, but the World Cup is.
We promise we'll talk about it, but we won't talk about it for 4 years after this.
No. And we won't talk about it more than about a half a segment, even on a daily basis. But it was, I mean, our man Kevin, that works up front.
Yeah.
He described it exactly right. It is so exciting when something happens. But it's rare that something actually happens.
Yep. In
the game of soccer. And he's right. It is very exciting when something happens, but for a lot of time, there's not much happening.
I mean, you watch it, and, when they get close to the goal, yeah, you kind of stop and go, okay, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen? Corner kicks, you're watching, okay, there's a lot of potential here for something to happen. Okay, who's he going to cross it to when they get close?
And you can hear the crowd. I mean, the crowd starts. You can feel the crescendo of the crowd waiting to really go nuts with the goal.
And yes, it is really cool when a goal goes in and the reaction of the crowd.
Yeah, this doesn't happen very often.
But that's people love that. It's why hockey's kind of the same way. But I get it. Some people like it. Some people are bored by it. Some people say, Scott will say it. Baseball's more boring than soccer, but this tournament here, though, I'm enjoying all the stuff outside of the game. We've talked about the Europeans coming here and enjoying American culture and life for the first time and seeing their reaction to it. The massive crowds outside the stadiums, pre-gaming and chanting and all of that. That's cool to see. And seeing soccer, I said this before the tournament started, in our stadiums that we're used to seeing football in, that I think that's cool and all of that. But no, it's a spectacle and it's fun and it's something that the last time a World Cup has been here was '94 in America, and here it is again, and who knows when it'll come back. So I'm trying to enjoy it, and I am enjoying it. But I'm not. It's not going to suck me in to be a diehard soccer fan year round every year. It's just not.
Yeah.
Now we'll see what happens when they build this stadium in downtown Oklahoma City. There's talk of bringing some kind of minor league soccer back, and I've been to those energy games. I've been to a couple of them. Being there is we've said this too. Being at a game is a lot of fun, but just sitting at home watching a game it's not. But unless your team is playing like America will be on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was just so perfect for the people that like soccer and the people that despise soccer. You both won yesterday.
Yeah.
Because every game was close. Every game ended in a tie, which for the people that don't like it, they're like, oh my gosh, how do you tie? And you also saw obviously Cape Verde against Spain. A nothing tie.
Heavy favorites along with, is it Brazil?
Spain and France.
Spain and France are
by far the biggest favorites. And little old Cape Verde ties them 0-0, which, I mean, that game in and of itself gave you a microcosm of liking or disliking soccer all the way around. Just that one. And then you had three more that went sort of the same way.
So I guess where I kind of laugh at this is we've heard about the ticket prices to these games.
Yeah.
And they're just going to get more expensive once they get to bracket play. But, obviously the final. But imagine paying so much money to go into a game and not seeing one goal from one of those teams.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now.
Some people would have loved that to see that. Some people, I paid money for this.
Anybody that was rooting for Cape Verde would gladly do it again.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, that's the crazy part of it. The game is 0-0, and it's the greatest sporting accomplishment in the history of the country of Cape Verde.
Right.
It's like everything's like totally juxtapositioned.
It's perspective,
Yeah. I don't know if you can call it. I mean, heck, even the call of the game at the very end said something to the effect of, it's not a win, but it is the biggest win in the history of Cape Verde soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the upset part of it is the fact that Cape Verde got a point against Spain.
Right.
I don't know that you can call the game itself an upset because nobody won, and Cape Verde didn't defeat Spain, yet they upset them. I mean, it all. But what's an equivalent to this?
Oh, wow. Maybe like when Mike Tyson got knocked out by, what's his name?
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas. But that was you ask me what's the greatest tie? I don't know. But, yeah, I see what you're saying as far as upset. That'd probably be one of them.
All right, so Spain was minus 1,500 to win. Cape Verde was plus 3,500 to win. It's 350 to 1. And even a
does that pay out? Does the tie pay out?
A tie does. A draw was plus 1,300.
Okay.
So that's 130 to 1.
So you're saying I can go to Vegas and place a bet that the two teams will tie? No, I think they'll tie.
Correct. And yesterday, if you'd have done that, if you'd have put $100 on that, you'd be $13,000 richer.
$100 per game, I'd probably be pretty
Wait a
good.
minute.
I'm not good at that. Don't ask me.
Yeah, that's right. 100 to win 13 grand on a tie. So, I mean, 3,500 to 350 to 1. I mean, that tells you how big of kind of where the odds were going into this. That's what, a 28-point spread in a football game, 35-point spread in a football game, and obviously there's not a tie, but the team winning. It's pretty crazy. Now, we're seeing something I think we need to adopt, Jared. Do you know what that is?
Is it the hydration break?
No.
Not the hydration break.
It's not the hydration break.
Well, I dig the hydration breaks because it allows me to get up and get rehydrated. But
It is,
what is it?
Jerry World, SoFi, the New York, Seattle. It's the ones I can remember. Atlanta. It's the ones I can remember right now. You know what they all got in common right now?
Well, they're all hosting games, but no, what?
Natural grass fields.
Oh, right. Yeah,
that needs to stay.
Yeah, I totally agree.
The natural grass fields need to stay for the NFL season because it's fantastic. It looks cool. It's better on the players. Now, I'm guessing FIFA probably footed the bill for this to happen, or maybe that was part of the bid process.
I bet something like that.
Something in that, hey, if you win it, you're gonna have to do that, and they look at the numbers, and go, okay, that's fine with the revenue that'd be generated. But yeah, and the natural grass fields need to stay in those locations because it's awesome.
It does look cool.
It does look cool. All right, let's go to the New York titles. No. Let's take a break. Then we'll do the New York titles. I've seen the forecast now for all 4 days, of the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills.
No.
I've got it right here.
Not good?
carnage.
Oh, no.
Carnage is a-coming with what I'm looking at right here. Be back to wrap up Paul Jones Drug Tuesday right here on the Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations, and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
The Skinny on Sports.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Welcome back. Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal. Wrapping up a Paul Jones Drug Tuesday. Thank you to Rodney and the gang at Paul Jones Drug. Care you can trust right here in the Elk City area, 809 North Main. Paul Jones Drug. Convenience packaging. That's where they conveniently package your daily medication to where you don't have to fill up your pill caddy. You don't have to know what dosages, what days. No. They do it for you. Just open it up, take your daily medication, and be well on your way for the day. Paul Jones Drug. Care you can trust. Also, a big thank you to G&E Elite Exteriors. Whether it's your home business or middle of the night roofing emergency, G&E Elite Exteriors has you covered. Free inspections, full roof replacement, or help with an insurance claim, fully licensed, insured, and ready to go 24/7. G&E Elite Exteriors. That's Adrian Jackson at 405-549-5854. All right, with the Knicks winning the NBA championship over the weekend for the first time since 1973, got me to thinking, New York City, they've had tons of titles here and there. And so what were some of the best? Like, if you had to ask a true New Yorker, what are the top 5 titles in your lifetime, say for a guy that's 75 years old? Okay? What might he say? I mean, I don't think there's any doubt this one would be in the top 5.
It's in mine.
I don't think there's any doubt that the Rangers in 1994 would be in the top 5. And I personally, now this is where it starts to get different. I guess you could root for the Islanders, but they're not, the Rangers and the Knicks are like the hockey and the basketball team.
Right.
Then it can kind of get wonky.
Right.
Because of the allegiances to the other sports that are there, baseball, football, and the idea that some are Yankees fans, some are Mets fans, Jets, Giants, da-da-da-da-da. For me, I would say that the 2007 New York Giants would be on this list because of what they did. And that is a massive upset in the Super Bowl over an undefeated Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, keeping Tom Brady and the Pats from having an undefeated season.
Yeah.
But I know there's a bunch of Jets fans that probably go, nope, not on my watch. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what's something else you got besides Rangers, Knicks? What else you got?
I put Rangers, 94 Rangers team, Mark Messier, all that. That was, you remember that as a kid, how big of a deal that was, even if you're not from New York. But that's up there. I haven't won it since. I don't even know how close they've been since then. But that was, it ended, I had to look it up, 54-year Stanley Cup drought. That's a big deal. There are a ton, obviously, of Yankees teams that have won titles. I think the you can go the Murderers Row, which is like the 30s. I went to 98 Yankees. Finished 125-50, only lost 2 playoff games, and they were dominant. They were just dominant, and that it was kind of springboarding their run there in the late 90s and 2000s. Of course, the Knicks. 68 Jets, right? Joe Namath, he made the guarantee, right? That was the guarantee. Won Super Bowl III that season. That was a big deal. Jets have been pretty much horrible since. They've had some flashes, but nothing as good as that. And the Miracle Mets of 69. That's a legendary team. I looked this up. I'm not smart. I had to look it up. That was their 8th season in existence. The first 7, they were horrible. And then they figured it out. They turned around and earned the nickname Miracle Mets, and that's like a legendary team. I'm sure a true New Yorker would tell you. No, they're on my list because they of what they did back in the summer of '69.
See, that was one that I would love for a Mets fan that's been there long enough. Is it that one or is it the 1986 Mets?
Sure. Yeah.
With Gooden and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's where we're first off way removed from it, but yeah, the way that happened way back then against the Orioles, it makes sense. Or is it? I just don't. I don't know. Right? In those Yankees teams, that '98 one was great. Would they choose '96 because it put them back on the map and coming back after losing both games at home against Atlanta?
Right. Yeah.
Game 1 and Game 2 in the World Series, and then win 4 straight, and then that was the first of 5 titles in the next 13 or 14 years.
Right. That's the hard one. Like, which was the best Yankees team or the most memorable championship? When you earn nicknames, that's kind of just they put on statues.
Mm-hmm.
That's there's a reason for that. So Miracle Mets. Who was in that line at Murderers Row was Ruth on there?
Oh yeah, Ruth and Gehrig.
Gehrig, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That probably deserves more credit than what maybe I gave him.
Yeah,
this is a hard question because, yes, the 2026 Knicks, these Knicks, breaking that drought, they will forever be New York legends. I think it might grow even bigger if they can't continue to win. If they get into the playoffs next year and get bounced by Boston or somebody, and then they just continue to turn to what the Knicks that they were, and keep bowing out into playoffs, or a lot of stuff can happen. But then everyone go back, yeah, see? that was the team. They figured it out. That was the team, and they haven't done it since. And so their lore, their legend could grow.
I think anytime you break a long streak like
that helps this conversation. Absolutely.
You're absolutely going to be there with the Knicks and the Rangers. 153 years, 154 years. Those are going to – just because, yeah. There are –
or if it's a first.
If first ever.
It's a first ever. But yeah, breaking droughts, absolutely.
I think those just naturally sort of push you higher because of inevitably between the last time it's happened and then now, there's been heartbreak, right? There's been other teams that had the chance to be the one that broke the streak and weren't. Mm-hmm. And so I think that naturally puts you higher up on a list like this. And you're right, first. And that's where, honestly, I think the Yankees sort of get pushed by the wayside on this conversation a little bit just because they're so good. Not consistently winning, for 100 years, but pretty consistently winning for 100 years. And there would be some ups and some downs. But they have so many titles that it's sort of hard to pick out. Is it, like you said, the teams back in the 20s and 30s, like the greatest teams ever, is that where you got to go to? Or is it, the start of Jeter or the start of Mick or the Gehrig and Roof or DiMaggio, Yogi? You know what I mean?
That's a whole nother
yeah
podcast we can do.
Shoot.
Yeah.
The top 5 Yankees titles are one that would be hard to sift through. But yeah, it is a the Knicks. I guess after all this talk, I think the one thing that I think we both can sort of agree on is that Knicks title and that Rangers title are definitely in the top 5. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I think you kind of have to have a little bit more of a New Yorker's perspective on what they feel like. You know what I mean?
I wish I knew a New Yorker to get their idea. Let me get that Mad Dog guy on here.
Yeah, that'd be
Maybe
nice.
Stephen A. can help us out.
Stephen A.
Spike Lee. By the way, I think it's silly. I get it. He's been a longtime supporter of the Knicks, season ticket holder, or is he? Or is he just comped tickets like Ben Stiller? But they're saying he should get a ring.
Who?
Spike Lee.
Oh. I thought you were going to say Stephen A.
I've been a longtime supporter in my means of the Texas Rangers. I didn't get a ring.
Yeah.
Not a real one.
No offense to you, Jared, but you didn't.
My point is, it sickens me when I see celebrities who have tickets comped to go sit sideline.
I think he's actually paid for his for all these years.
I respect that. But he has a lot of money to do that. I don't know. I just, come on, man. You didn't. You showed up and cheered. That's awesome. But you didn't earn a ring.
There's been times in the past where him showing up and cheering has actually worked against the Knicks.
Yeah.
Namely, back in the 90s with Reggie Miller. He'd make him mad, and then Reggie Miller would go nuts.
Yep. I get a super fan. Totally get that.
I'd get a Spike Lee ring.
I wouldn't. He didn't shoot a free throw.
I mean,
he didn't sweat and work in the offseason. He didn't have to grind it out against the cheap shots of Wemby. He sat there and clapped his hands and screamed.
All true.
And I respect being a loyal fan. Totally do. We're loyal fans to all of our teams. But I don't think that deserves a ring. Honor him somehow, but the rings are for the players. Although, I guess even the popcorn vendor in Oklahoma City got a ring. I think everybody got a ring.
That's the thing.
If you were an employee of the Thunder.
That's the thing.
That's the organization's choice. I get it.
I think that's the truth of it is, at the end of the day, it's whatever the Knicks want to do.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's just
whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want to do, they can do, and that'll be that.
It might be a little jealousy talking.
Man, I'm trying to see. I'm looking for our Man Riders tea time here. There it is. Found it. So Ryder will tee off on Thursday, 12:30, off of the 10th tee. Ooh. Tough starting on 10 and 11. But it'll be Ryder William Mao, who was a thorn in OU's side back in the Quade Cummins, Chris Gotterup, Blaine Hale days, because he played at Pepperdine and was on that team that won with Sahith Tagala and William Mao and Joe Highsmith. And then Henny Duplessis from South Africa. So he's got a 12:30 tee time off 10 on Thursday, a 6:35 a.m. tee time off number 1 on Friday.
Is that like our times? Or is that really 6:35 a.m. in New York?
I think it may be that.
Is the sun even up then?
Yeah.
It's 6:30.
Yeah, it was up. I took Wyatt to the bus about 6:40 this morning. It was definitely up.
All our farmers and ranchers are going, yes, it's up.
Yeah, it's been up for an hour.
You're not up. The sun's up, you need to be up.
Here we go. Let me see. I'm going to say it's 5:30 our time.
Holy froze.
Yep, it is.
That's Friday?
That's Friday.
I'm going to go ahead and apologize to Ryder for not getting up to watch that. To try to watch that.
Okay, let me find this. So 12:35. So that means it should be 11:35. 11:30. Here it is. 11:30 off 10 on Thursday. And then on Friday, 5:30. off 1. 5:35 our time.
How to be young again. Get some rest, Ryder. You're going to get up early.
Man, it's going to be windy there. I told you I clicked on something else, so I've lost where I was seeing this. But highs around 80 gusts. Sunday looks like the best day of wind with gusts only to about 20. Thursday, it's gusts to about 30, 25 on Friday, 30 on Saturday, and then only about 20 on Sunday is the forecast as of right now. With chances for a little bit of rain Thursday and Friday, nothing Saturday and Sunday.
So basically Oklahoma weather with the wind, and warm weather in the wind.
Maybe a little cooler just because, but essentially.
Still windy. Well, Ryder's used to that. Right?
Yeah. If that does happen and the wind does that forecast come to fruition with that much wind on that golf course, nobody's shooting under par for 4 rounds.
No.
And that's not out of the realm of that's sort of the history over the since 1986. Shinnecock has hosted 4 times, and only 3 guys have broken par for the week. Raymond Floyd was the winner at 1 under in 1986. Retief Goosen and Phil were under par in 2004. Corey Pavin finished even par. Brooks Koepka, I think, was 1 over in 2018 as the winner. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard.
All right, we'll make our picks tomorrow.
We'll make our picks. We will kind of another, obviously the 3 picks, 1 wild card. The dark horse has to be outside the top 25 in the World Golf Rankings. And also, we're going to have two extra picks this time. Winning score and the cut.
What the cut line is.
What the cut line will be on Friday and what the winning score will be on Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, we'll start adding that in. All right, everybody have a great Paul Jones Drug Tuesday.
All I heard is that I have homework now.
Yeah. It's just a guess. Top 60 in ties, by the way, is the cut line. Skinny on Sports on a Paul Jones Drug Tuesday.
You've been listening to the Skinny on Sports podcast with Aaron Cow. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get alerts of when the latest podcast is available. Thanks for listening.
That ball is blistered around.